Tyson Fury continues to goad Dillian Whyte. He's asking where Dillian Whyte is. Whyte has been very vocal about fighting Tyson Fury over the years. Now he's got the fight. He seems to have disappeared. So on the face of it, you have to say Tyson Fury is absolutely right to be calling him out in this way, because if you're going to be, calling out somebody and acting like they're a coward, and then you have the opportunity to fight them and go silent, what's that all about? So that's what Tyson Fury is saying. Now, do I really think that Dillian Whyte is scared of Tyson Fury? No, I don't. But I think Tyson Fury is doing the right thing from a PR perspective. I think what's going on here, or I suspect what's going on here, is Dillian Whyte is very, very, very upset with the WBC situation. And I think that he feels so hard done by that is consuming him more than the actual fight itself. And that's a mistake, because that is going to play into Tyson Fury's hands if Dillian Whyte is really uptight about the percentage split. He's only got, 11 days now before he has to sign the contract for the fight. And I'm sure there's something going on behind the scenes with regards to arbitration or negotiations, whatever the case may be, with the WBC to try and get the split increased. But really and truly, Dillian Whyte needs to be focusing on the fight, irrespective of what happens with the business side of things. He needs to be focusing on beating Tyson Fury. And therefore, I think he should be on social media talking about what he's going to do to Tyson Fury, responding to Tyson Fury's call-outs. That's if the scenario I just laid out is actually what's going on. But there is another potential scenario. Again, I'm not saying this is the reality, but it's a potential scenario. The other scenario is that Dillian Whyte is allowing Tyson Fury to stew in his own juices. He's not giving Tyson Fury a dance partner. He's actually trying to switch the mind games around and play reverse psychology on Tyson Fury. Maybe be a bit unpredictable on Tyson Fury. You see? Because Dillian Whyte is a smart guy himself. I know he's impulsive and he's a very aggressive character, but he's been around Tyson and he knows him personally. See, that's the difference between Dillian Whyte and many other Tyson Fury opponents, is they don't know him personally. They haven't been in training camps with him. Some Tyson Fury opponents might have been, but most of them haven't. Dillian Whyte has multiple training camps. Okay, so he knows Tyson Fury. He knows a bit about his psychology. Perhaps he knows a bit about what may intimidate Tyson Fury. Maybe he feels like he knows certain chinks in his armor and he can try and exploit them. Is that what we're seeing right now from Dillian Whyte when it comes to radio silence? Is it an attempt at some type of, reverse psychology or some type of psychology? Is that what we're seeing right now? Again, I'm not saying that's the case. It's just a possibility. Whatever the case may be, I hope Dillian Whyte signs that contract within 11 days so we can get this fight on, because it certainly makes a welcome change from Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many times are these guys going to fight each other? I've long been complaining that Tyson Fury is playing this game of fighting Wilder and then fighting a couple of unknowns, and then fighting Wilder again and fighting a couple of unknowns, all the while saying there's no point fighting everybody else because they're all rubbish. I don't like it when he plays that game. Whereas now he's got a mandatory, as WBC champion. He's no longer just lineal, right? This is the problem with lineal. With lineal, there's no mandatories. So you wouldn't get a Dillian Whyte forced on you if you're just holding on to this mythical lineal title. Whereas when you're holding a title of a recognized sanctioning body, they're going to stick a mandatory on you every now and then. And it isn't necessarily somebody who you'd pick as a voluntary. You certainly wouldn't be able to play that game where you're just fighting Wilder over and over again and fighting unknowns in between. So I hope Dillian Whyte signs for this fight. And if Dillian Whyte doesn't sign for this fight, that's really a damning indictment. Let's be real. He has to take it. Even if it's at an 80-20 split, and he's really upset about that, he has to take this fight. So, anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below.